Hello, my name is Shadley, and welcome back for another episode of 33 as Korea. In previous episode, what we did is we did increase our army size a decent bit. We're increasing our fleet size a little bit. We did build a lot of convoys. And we also managed to get our prestige up to 200 now, which I don't think is going to be dropping from there too much. GDP is on a steady growth there. Now, I don't know if it's going to be quite enough growth to catch up with Jing. I mean, maybe, actually, their GDP has dropped again. So it's a possibility. But we shall see how much we can get we shall see how far we can get the things today. We did, of course, lose quite a bit of liberty side there because, well, the regime support, we did also have fairly good relations with them for a while, but we can probably negate that one. At least the economic dependence is dropping. But how much we'll actually get from that remains to be seen. We've got another 100 convoys available, which we are actually providing a decent bit. We're also using quite a bit of convoys overall, actually, so... Oh, right, so we provide a decent bit of the convoys that we do have into the market in general, I think. Well, anyway, the steel mill is going to be built soon enough. Another level for steel mill, that is. We are getting another university, which after that we might just go ahead and build another port. Although, actually, let's build that in the northeastern state. They haven't gotten too much things happening recently. It's the... Oh, law advance, there we go. We are maybe getting the religious schools today as well. Oh, an urbanized Korea, okay. Winds of change. Ooh, 2 years urban center building throughput, or we get loyalists from standard of living increase of 2 years. I'm going to take that one. Getting more loyalists would be quite nice. Now, the standard of living hasn't really been growing much recently. Of course, we are increasing the economy quite drastically for the time being. The investment pool is dropping a little bit, but I reckon that as there's more and more things built by the private sector... Oh, there's actually a foreign queue for a coal mine now, okay. But yeah, as soon as the... or rather, as the private sector builds more and more, we are going to keep building like one building at a time for the government. Which actually, how are we looking on the tax rates right now? Still 32,000. Okay, so Yeongnam, the southeastern state could use maybe a little bit of... government administration in there. We'll build one there. That's going to cost us a little bit. We've got the gold reserves now to actually be able to afford it. Alright, so we did get the steel mill. That was actually the thing that pushes over to the 10 levels urban centers in here. That's rather nice. We've got 19.1 million in GDP. Still got quite a bit of work to do to catch up, but I suppose it's what? About 4.5 times? Somewhere thereabouts of what the... Chinese have, so the multiplier has definitely been going downwards during this playthrough quite a bit. It started with over 10, I believe. Or like over 10 times what we have. Of course, our economy started fairly tiny. They do still have a lot more prestige, so that's going to be causing some issues. That would be like, if we can get the prestige back into good levels, then that's probably going to be the main thing that will help us. Of course, the economic dependence dropping will also help drastically. But that might take a little bit longer than intended. Right, but hopefully with the next roll for the religious schools, we'll actually get some more education. We are currently at almost 24% literary rate, but that still needs to go up so much more. Rubber discovered in Western Borneo, okay. So hydraulic cranes, that's going to be done in probably the next 3 months or so. Oh, there we go, law advancements. Oh, so now 69%, but it still hasn't gone from referral to drafting. Okay, well, fair enough. Another port will be done very shortly. It's going to give us even more convoys. We could potentially use some of the convoys now to do a bit more trading, admittedly. Is there something that we need desperately? Or maybe we should try exporting some of the things that we have in large quantities. I suppose the silk could actually be something that we could export. Maybe we'll export some to the... You know, the French market will benefit from that. That might also improve our relations with France in general. Is there perhaps then a possibility to request support from our independence? No one's really going to accept that one. At least not yet. How close is France? Oh, they are pretty far away. Okay, industrial boom. You know, I'm going to take the standard of living increase in our capital. Usually I would prefer to get the extra GDP, quite frankly, but right now, the standard of living might increase the... Well, the standard of living in general is going to start increasing the loyalists quite drastically. Well, at least a decent bit in there. I suppose we had just drifted below the radical numbers. Ooh, right, the port is fully employed. We might actually go ahead and build another government administration. Let's have a look. What's the other state? Zhengzhou could use a bit more. Tax capacity, so we'll build another one over there then. And in the meanwhile, we're building up a lot of resource production now in our state. There's also a little bit more resource production built by the Chinese. Well, it's the private sector of the Chinese. But yeah, so that's potentially entangling our economies a little bit again, which is not necessarily the best thing. But I suppose having more resource productions in here does mean that we are less and less reliant on their resources. And thus the entanglement, it's still overall it might be more beneficial for us, even if it's built by the Chinese or not. But yeah, we're getting a lot of, well, yeah, quite a few mines and another logging camp, another further manufactory as well, which will be quite handy. I don't suppose there's a huge demand for, oh, there's the cranes, there we go. I don't suppose there's a huge demand for steel, no, there's actually a bit of an overabundance of it. We'll increase the minimum wage for a little while. Hey, finally progress to drafting. Alright, and triage is spreading. We kind of knew that would happen. So pharmaceuticals, that's going to be a bit over a year currently. The innovation at least is growing. We can still... Oh, wow. We can almost support 89... Well, we can actually support up to 89.6 innovation. So that's going to take a while. Of course, once the literature rate starts growing up a lot faster, hopefully, once we pass the law. That's actually one of the reasons why we're building up the government administrations now, is that we'll have then the bureaucracy to actually get like a 1 or 2 levels for it. I don't know how many levels we can actually get from the get-go. Probably not too many, but like if we can get to level 2, that will already help drastically with the literature rates. We're still making some money as well, which is very nice to see. How's the investment pool? That is actually increasing as well. Okay. Well, in that case, that probably calls for another government or construction sector in our capital. It'll cost us a little bit to build it. But that's actually, yeah, we can just let that build first. Maybe after that we'll go ahead and build another Zhengzhou. That's getting the next one, isn't it? Yeah, okay, so after that it's going to be probably Yongnam once again. We'll build another one there. But I just want to reduce the tax waste. There's still 32,000 unrealized taxes. So there's a lot of work to do in there. But of course, the more taxes we gather, the more we need to pay China, so it's a bit of a double-edged sword there. How much is the... They've got quite a battalions again. The prestige is well over 400. I don't think we'll be able to catch up to that. Well, we might be able to reduce... Oh, they've got over 90 million GDP now. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. So they do have... Yeah, it's still about 4.5 times... A bit more than 4.5 times the GDP that we have. Of course, our economy is going to be increasing quite a bit in the near future, because we will be able to increase the construction sector's numbers more and more and more. And at some point, we might actually be able to do 2 government buildings at the same time, without losing any money. Oh, there's another tooling workshop, another shipyard, law progress voting, there we go. The schools are going to be probably open soon. Yeah, admittedly, it's going to be religious schools first, but we can work from there soon enough. And how we're looking in the unrealized tax is still 31,000. So that did at least reduce it a little bit. So the one after Yongnam, we could just get another one in Zhengzhou, or we just build another port, I suppose. That could definitely help as well. How many weeks do we still have until... Okay, that's 11 weeks. So we'll wait until it's like 3 weeks to go or something like that. And we'll start building another port. And then we'll maybe build another government administrations and that sort of things. So we'll keep alternating a little bit, we'll increase the economy overall. And actually, well, it's still 19.2 million, so the GDP hasn't grown that much. But I'm sure that it will soon enough. At least the radical numbers did drop a little bit, but they haven't dropped that much. Because the standard of living is, well, it could be better, of course, but maybe the labourers aren't really getting the best of wages. I suppose that is kind of beyond me currently. Okay, yeah, it might be time to build another port. Let's get another one for the northwestern state. Get more convoys. Eventually, well, I suppose it's going to take a little while before we'll have that researched for the military. So getting the gantry cranes. And I suppose we'll also need to get the ironclads and, well, I suppose, actually, this one... Oh, that unlocks the steamship for the shipyards already. Okay, that's going to be good. We don't need to wait for one or the other. We can just, you know... I remember before they separated the shipyards and military shipyards, you'd have to go, like, one or the other. Or you had to have both of the techs to actually switch to one or the other. Oh, and there we go, religious schools. It does increase the clergy's power a little bit. They are still in government, so it's not necessarily too bad. But that increase in literacy rate is probably going to be very significant soon enough. And actually, can we increase that institution level already? We can. Well, let's go. Heck yeah. Now, where do we have the most taxways now? Zhangzhou is still the biggest one. Alright, let's go ahead and... You know what, we're going to queue up that already. It may slow down a little bit of the construction otherwise, but it'll be fine, quite frankly. We definitely need to start increasing the construction soon enough again, even further, but we'll wait a little bit. And then we'll build another one. I mean, how are we looking on for the resource now? So, things that we are in high demand is ammunition, oil, a bit of coal, paper, fertilizer. Tools are actually in demand, so there is a good reason why we're building more, I guess. More textile or clothing would be nice. A bit more engines are required. A bit more iron, but that's not too bad. A bit more crocheries, that's also not the worst. And we're getting a little bit extra prestige. How are we looking for the liberty side? Can we? No, we still can't demand anything. And we're still going downwards. It's mostly the support regime, to be fair. I think they will eventually cancel that one. The prestige is still much higher than ours. The economic dependence is still relatively high. Is there any more construction by the... Oh yeah, they're building another 2 mines. Alright then. Well, it's going to take a little while at least. The pharmaceuticals should be done soon enough. I do actually wonder, can we push for any of the... No. Health laws we can't push for. Charity hospitals, we would have to have someone actually pushing for that law, which we do not. Private health insurance... Oh! Oh my goodness, we can get this one soon. That's going to reduce the... well... It's going to allow us to have a better health system. It's definitely going to take a decent bit of bureaucracy, though. But mortality per wealth is going to be reduced. Pollution effects reduction is going to be quite useful as well. So yeah, we can start passing that soon. Now, dangerous equipment. You know what? We can afford losing a bit of people, I reckon. Not too many, but a little bit. As long as we're not doing a constant warfare or something, we should be fine. But there we go. The GDP has definitely been increasing faster and faster now. Although there's still room to grow, for sure. How's the investment pool? It is still growing. At that point, I'm just going to go ahead and build one more. Actually, where do we have a lot of... I think we're going to build at level 3 over here then. Let's get another construction sector and let the private sector build more and more. If the investment pool is increasing, then we can definitely increase the construction side of things. Government administration will be done soon. We're still at 19.5 million GDP, but I reckon we are probably going to hit 20 million today. It's very, very likely. How's the literacy rate? It's oh yeah, it's definitely growing. 24.4% already. I wonder how much is that going to be? Is that going to be? It's probably not a weekly thing that it's going to grow with. No, not yet. So it's going to take a while. I'm sure that will still help at least to some degree. Right. So where do we have the next big? Yongnam could use a bit more of that, or we could just build another port, I suppose. More convoys could always be useful. Let's actually build another port down here. Increase the infrastructure along the way as well. So how are the trade routes that we have? We've got 4 of them. And we're selling a decent bit of silk and... Oh, yeah, we're selling a decent bit of silk to the French. We're buying some paper from them, and then we're buying some oil and opium from the British. Right, is there still no one that would be willing to support our independence? Nope, no one would support our independence. We lost the Russians as well as supporting party, but oh well. It is what it is. Anything going on in the world? There's still colonization of Africa going on. Ethiopia has got... Oh, well, they don't have quite everything there yet. Argentina has been colonizing further south. Chile has been taking a lot of land as well. Oh, there we go, pharmaceuticals. Now, can we... Yeah, let's start pushing for that one. There's no one opposing the law, so it should be pretty much guaranteed passing of the law eventually. Might take a little bit longer than intended, but it will pass sooner or later. And there we go, so we're getting, I think about 60 points or so into the private sector construction now. That's pretty decent. The port shouldn't take too long. GDP is still definitely growing. How's the... So yeah, there's a couple mines, or 2 mines being still built by the Chinese sector of things. And we've got quite a bit of work to do in here. Ooh, a munitions plant. There we go. That's in high demand right now, is it not? Yeah, it is pretty high demand in my market, and I am the only one producing that, am I not? Yes, I am. And Quamberg is currently the only one, so if I can have the monopoly on the ammunition, while it might mean that the Chinese, well, monopoly within the market, I suppose, while the Chinese might be then using that to build up their own army, which means that their prestige will go up, it will also mean that they are more dependent on our economy. Oh, and we're not actually building anything right now. Okay, where do we need... yeah, Yungnam is going to get some more government administrations, I think. Well, at least one more in there. Private sector did manage to get quite a bit of construction going on at the same time. So how much are we... Oh, right, the investment port is currently growing, although not much. There's a bit of fluctuating there, I suppose. Most of the interest groups aren't particularly happy or particularly upset either, so that's at least good. I'm hoping that the private health insurance will pass sooner. That's going to allow the population to grow even faster. Of course, now that we are building more and more, that will be required, I reckon. So what are we researching currently? Oh, right, in society, what is spreading now? Postal savings, actually not bad. That's going to increase the investment pool contribution efficiency a little bit. But max cash reserves will also be improved, which will be quite nice. That does, technically speaking, mean that we can then have even more debt if need be. Ooh, discord within the armed forces. With their support, this bill shall pass. We're still in neutral relation with Jing. I don't suppose that means, yeah, no, things are still pretty dire in terms of Liberty Again. Getting our prestige higher is going to be tricky. We could potentially start building a larger army, or a second army for that matter. Because we can have a lot more. We've got the manpower for it. I suppose we do, to some degree, have an economy for it as well. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and build up a second army. And then we'll get a commander. What does a direct do? More offense. That could be useful. That looks like Hamburg and... Oh, Hamburg is having a revolution. Never mind. So I'm going to go ahead and start recruiting another army up here. I'll start with just the 5 barracks. But if we can build a, like, I don't know, 120 battalion army, that's going to be probably enough to challenge the Chinese army, at least in defense. Ooh, there we go, education investor level 2. There we go, now already almost at 25% literary rate. So it has definitely been going up, it's just not constantly going up. Well, I suppose it is constantly going up, it's just not that easy to spot the increase in there. Oh, there we go, now, oh, that's 0.02% in 1 week. Now, that could just be, you know, a little bit more than 0.01. There we got lucky. Oh, looks like the loyalist numbers are going down again. Well, at least the army size is going to be increased once more. So that army is probably going to be like, if we're going to make it into... Well, I suppose we'll start with like making 30 battalions total. Not initially instantly, but over time we'll increase that to 30 battalions. So that can be then just infantry and artillery. Don't actually need to put cavalry in there. I mean, cavalry can be useful. At the same time, it's also sometimes a bit expensive, I reckon. Hey, low progress drafting. And we did get the tooling workshop. Now we're getting, oh, another tooling workshop. Foreign quarters are going to be building some more mines and, well, actually, mostly just mines, apparently. Right, how is the economic entanglement at this point? Also, is there anything? No, there's nothing in there. Oh, there we go. The GDP owned by Great Jing is only 17% now, and the GDP difference is about 4.5 times at this point. I suppose, yeah, we've gotten up to over 20 million now. If we can keep this growth going, it's very likely that we'll get actually quite a bit. Alright, while we're building up the armies, the investment port is actually not doing too strong. Well, actually, no, it is growing, but yeah, money situation is the best. Freedom of conscience, sure, we could probably support that a little bit. Who deserves the credit? I think the farmers deserve the credit, at least this time around, so the landowners are going to be less and less influential in the long run. But there we go, we are going to hit the 22 million at some point, probably not today, although who knows, it's a possibility. Oh. Asks us, okay. Oh, right, yeah, we lost the radicals from standard of living decreases thing. Oh, and now we're not building anything. Okay, we've got some convoys. I think what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and build up another port. And I think after that we might just go ahead. Is there something that has a low transportation quantity. I'm sure we'll support that current party. Okay, I think the southeast state could use a bit of a boost for the railway. I'll build another railway there. It's going to cost us a little bit extra. Oh, Russia and Britain are fighting. Transmara or Transbukhara? Oh. Okay then. Well, that's going to keep both of them busy, I suppose. Ooh, low process of voting. That actually begs the question, is there something that we could, well, we've got a little bit oh. Against Britain? No, Britain is trading with us quite a bit. A very important trade partner. I'm not going to join the wars right now. Sorry. Although that might be very much the reason why I'm not getting anyone to help me to support my independence, but oh well. Yeah, no one's really supporting us there. Could perhaps go ahead and improve relations with Great Britain in the meanwhile. Oh, that already cancelled. Yeah, no, I'm not going to join on that war. That's going to be suicide. Oh, as an obligation. No! Russia, I'm going to declare neutrality before they keep trying to pull me consulate in. I've done that sooner. They kept trying. I mean, they're desperate. I understand that. But, like, how much can I actually help in that? Not really. Britain's probably just going to land in my territory in here. Because the AI tends to have a bit of a preference to go after, or at least, I don't know if it's still the case. But it used to have quite a preference on going after the player. But that tends to be the thing in most Paradox games anyway. Oh, there we go. Already over 25% on the innovation. Or the literary rate, sorry. And innovation is approaching the 89 that we have already prepared. So that's going to be good. Right, so when are we... Yeah, the steel railway cars is actually not going to be too far off. That's going to allow us to get a lot more transportation. Also a lot more demand for steel, which might mean that the steel mill over here is going to be finally built. Oh, we are number 12 on the GDP now. So we've just surpassed Egypt. Dutch East Indies is still fairly strong. We've got quite a bit of work to do to catch up with them. And then Italy, Spain. Great Qing is... Ooh, they are about 92 million. So the raw numbers-wise, we haven't caught up with them too much. But the percentage-wise, we are definitely catching up to them. And I suppose as our economy grows, which it will be doing... Oh. Oh, the investment pool is... Oh, never mind. Now it's no longer growing. So there's the munitions plant almost completed. Tooling workshop. And a couple more mines. There's another coal mine being built by the Chinese. Oh, and there we go. We've got private health insurance. Artisan papers. I suppose the agrarian party can get a bit of support. Let's see. Where do we need more taxation? Changseo could use another government administration, so we'll build that in there. It's going to cost us a little bit of money to set that up, but that's fine. The munitions plant will be done in Yongnan. There we go. And after that, there's going to be... Oh, another cotton plantation. Well, I wasn't expecting that. But regardless, how we're looking on the munitions now in the market is still, yeah, there's still quite a bit of demand for it. We have increased our army size a little bit. You know, we've got 212 prestige. I think, oh, and we have got the flotillas built at least now. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and, well, actually, no, we're going to wait until this construction work is done. Steel railway cars is also going to be completed soon enough. That's going to increase the throughput on the railways quite a bit. Oh, we actually got some extra authority. I wonder... If we were to put in a consumption tax for luxury clothing, for example, no, that's probably not going to be worthwhile to lower the taxes yet. Although what we could do, since there's already over 3 million in the investment pool, I could potentially just stop construction for a little bit. Alright, how's the... Oh, we could increase the health system quite a bit in there, actually. Oh, there we go. Steel railway cars. Now, oh. And the election results are in. We'll have a look at those in a moment. In the logging, we could get the rail... Well, actually, we could have done the rail transportation there for a long while. The railways, we can use steam trains, which means a decent bit more transportation. It might reduce the transportation price quite a bit. Then go over the steel passenger carriages, which increase the steel consumption a little bit. Not massively, but a little bit. And then I suppose we might... Well, actually, I don't know if we want to do that quite yet, but soon enough we might want to go ahead and start doing even more construction. Oh, vacuum canning is ready now, okay. I don't know if we... Well, yeah, the vacuum packaging could be useful. Or efficient canning practice. Oh, hold on a minute. Let's have a look. What does that entail, actually? Because I think that's been changed since the last time I played. So vacuum packaging... Oh, it takes both fish and meat for that. And it uses some oil. I don't think there's going to be oil in here. Let me double check that. Oh, so there's... Wait a minute, vacuum packaging efficient canning practices. Is that a double up on that? I didn't see both of those in there. No, there's vacuum packaging. That is odd. Well, no need to worry about that, I suppose. Relation with Jing are still going down. I don't suppose I can throw away the diplomats or anything. Is there something that I could do in here? Nope. So the Liberty Desire is still going down. Well, at least the Liberty Desire is, well, being so low, it's already being slowed down a little bit further. The economic entangle. Oh, right, yeah, the support regime is still, of course, causing a lot of issues for us. Alright, so let's actually have a look at, do we need to change the government? We could potentially do something like this. Oh, the armed forces joined the Conservative Party. Okay, that makes sense. We're not passing any laws currently. Is there any... No, we can't change to better taxation laws. We could change to theocracy, but that probably wouldn't work out all that well. Not going to take away the social security. We've got at least a health system and an education now, so that's very good. Not going to go back to tenant farmers, so I think... hold on a minute. Could go for the freedom of conscience. Confucian scholars would oppose that. It wouldn't be that bad. Actually, how much is the... It's got quite a bit of support for it. I'm going to try to go for that, because that might then allow us to get even more efficient school system in place. Oh, right, we got a bit of lack of authority again. Go ahead and remove that consumption tax. Oh, there we go, we've got the administration. Right, now, we're not building anything currently. So what I'm thinking, actually, is I'm going to reduce the taxes now, let the private sector take over the construction for a little while. It's probably going to drain the investment pool for a while, but that's going to allow us to then get a lot more growth in the economy itself. We've still got some bureaucracy available, so that's good. We've got a little bit extra in authority used right now, which is not great. But I think with the reduction in taxes, the standard of living will start increasing, which might mean that people will actually have a bit more money to put into the investment pool, which will start speeding up the process over here of growing the... Oh, there we go. We're actually making money now. Not much, mind you, but we are making money. There's still a bit of foreign construction work going as well. Oh, and Quanbook is going to get another steel mill. Is that... Oh, that's the first one in there. God done it. Okay, paper price is starting to be pretty high. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Understandable, but unfortunate. And there we go, low process of drafting. Very good. But we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also got the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.